but violent crime tends to go down. And so when you look at gun deaths in this country, there are 30,000 gun deaths a year. 2/3 of them are death by suicide. Okay, so that number shouldn't even been in there. The vast majority of the gun deaths that are related, that are individuals in gangs and inner cities that use guns in kind of gang violence. In fact, I even think that we should bring back, public executions on certain people. No, but think about it. I think that, and you guys should laugh, it should be public, it should be quick, it should be televised. By the way, you could force the government
to watch it.
You could have brought to you by Coca-Cola, and no, I'm not kidding. Raise tax on the billionaires. That statement, you just violated 2 out of the 10 commandments.
What?
That's not true. Thou shalt not steal, and thou shalt not covet. We're going to go take other people's money.
How is that stealing?
Because it's their money.
We live in a society that is run by taxes. How is that stealing?
Well, taxations are a form of theft, definitionally, because it's not the government's money. It is private property that you earn when the government extracts it by force.
Someone breaks into your house, you call the police. When you have a fire, you call the fireman. When you want to drive, you drive on roads. When you want to mail, you use the U.S. Post Office. These are all taxes. Yeah, we all contribute as a society.
Of course.
This is elementary stuff. It's not theft.
Black America was getting richer, they were getting stronger, and families were largely still put together before the Great Society, Voting Rights Act, and Civil Rights Act. 60 years later, Black America is in a worse position. I'm not saying it's because of the Civil Rights Act. I'm not saying it's because of the Voting Rights Act, but somewhere something went awry. I can name at least a dozen people more deserving in the 20th century of a federal holiday than MLK. The reason we talk about race so much is because we have a federal holiday to a guy that talked about race all the time. We celebrate the Civil Rights Act more than the American founding.
So in other words, you believe that abortion is worse than the Holocaust?
They're both distinct evils.
Of course.
With some similarities. Mm-hmm. The Holocaust in some ways was far more evil. Okay. But as far as magnitude, the abortion crime is more evil.
So you're comparing abortion to the Holocaust?
Absolutely I am. In fact, it's worse. It's worse. What percentage of blacks have a father around when they're raised?
I'm not sure.
20%. 80% of blacks do not have a stable father around. It is the most predictable way to end up in prison, end up as a or a criminal.
And
it's not a racism problem. It's not a white supremacy problem. It's a fact that black fathers impregnate women and they don't stay around with the women that they have impregnated.
Charlie Kirk, do you think that happens more in the black community compared to others?
It's threefold. Number one, we subsidize single motherhood. Number two, it's culture. It's accepted in the black community. And it shouldn't be.
Culture. Okay.
Don't take my word for it. Read Thomas Sowell's own book on how black culture allows single motherhood to continue into a nanny state type practice. 75% of black youth are raised out of father in the home. 75%. Is that a bigger problem or not a bigger problem than whiteness, white privilege, or white supremacy? How
they
can
should
you
all be addressed and they're all related.
Okay, how is a white person to blame? Wouldn't it be more smarter to be hey, that this is not about systemic racism? Stop impregnating your women and abandoning them?